Guess who it is? It's DeagleBeagle again. I've been uploading a ton of videos lately. Hopefully you guys share it with someone that hasn't seen one of my videos. Okay? And I have had an extensive history in Pokemon. Anybody who knows me knows that. I think I've been playing longer than almost anybody. I haven't done quite as well as other people, but I have done well from time to time in various tournaments when I really try and have time. But anyways, yeah, this year I don't know if I'm gonna compete, but I'm I'm pretty competitive. I mean, right now I'm mostly just testing out a lot of different ideas, and San Diego is already booked up, so I'm just messing around with different stuff. I'll probably, if I do compete, it'll probably be like an online tournament later. Um, I don't know if I want to go all the way down to San Diego, even though it is within my state. California is a big state. So, anyways, Zangoose. Why am I covering Zangoose? Because, again, I believe that some people overlook Zangoose and say this is the only way to use it, and don't use it because it's outclassed by something like Ursaring or whatever they say. Um, I believe Toxic Boost is the same thing as, yeah, Guts, except you have to have Toxic Orb instead of Flame Orb. So I would argue that Guts is a better ability because you can use Flame Orb, but just barely. Anyways, for this, you wouldn't even want Toxic Boost. I don't think normally. You would probably want Immunity because, well, I mean, you don't want to get poisoned while you have Endure. Like, the Toxic Boost would only be good if the opponent happens to poison you when you don't have 1 HP or low HP, but for this set, I would the ability doesn't matter that much, but I would use immunity and normal Tera in case you need the extra power with Flail. I guess he never thought about that. I didn't even think about Flail until I was thinking, wait a minute. I was coming up with all these reversal strategies, trying to pioneer some new stuff. It might be a new trend where everyone's using Endure Salac with Flail or reversal, and using like Rage Powder or Psychic Terrain so you can't finish it off with a priority move right after it. In fact, this one's immune to Shadow Snake because it's a normal type. Same with Komala. So this would give you good coverage. I don't even think you need Sword Stance with it, but you could for the extra power. But you probably would just want coverage instead. Like close combat and Shadow Claw would be pretty good, especially before you want to use Endure, even though it is kind of not very bulky. So chances are you would maybe even want to use Endure on turn one. If not turn one, then probably the next turn after. And then, so basically, this outspeeds pretty much everything. You could use Jolly with it, I suppose, if you wanted to outspeed a couple more things, like some Scarfers or like speed raising Dragapult. But I would probably use Adamant with it. You could use them like the low 130s if you just want to outspeed like Talonflame, I think, and Kilowattrel and Meowscarada around that. I would probably use in the low 130s and use some more bulk, but I don't want to necessarily encourage speed ties or speed creeps and stuff. And then Komala was covered also,
If it had lost results,
and I guess this is one way to use it.
look at this.
Nothing wrong with this, even though you could probably use Woodhammer or something, possibly. But yeah, I think these four moves with Band would be pretty decent, but this Pokemon would be really crap to use it like that. I mean, it would be even crap to use it like this with Endure Flail because it's outclassed by Zangoose, it looks like. It has worse stats, and it's just a worse Zangoose, really. It just is funnier to beat somebody with Komala. This could actually be pretty decent. So Zangoose would be even better. And the good thing about Flail is the only thing that resists it are like Rock, Steel, and Ghost. So I guess those are three things, but I mean, let's look at the typing chart. it's like probably, well, reversal would have a lot of resistances. One, two, three, four, five resistances. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, so it's poison, flying, psychic, bug, and fairy. But for normal, there's only actually, and there's six because of ghost for fighting. But for normal, they both are. Ghost is immune to both normal and fighting, and then there's three more things that resist fighting. However, fighting can super affect. Uh, where was it? Normal, ice, rock, dark, and steel. So reversal might be better in some cases, but if you're just trying to hit consistently hard for damage, I'd say Flail is probably better. But if you want to have a chance at super affecting them, then Reversal's better. But on a move like Reversal, actually, I think Flail is probably better than Reversal overall because you're just trying to hit them neutrally. You're just trying to make sure they don't resist it. So, I mean, it depends, but normally Flail would be better for that, even though they do see it coming because a lot of the Pokemon that use Flail are just normal types, and they only have one stab. Like these two only have one stab. So the reason why I know these are the best Endure Flail Pokemon is because they get stab. Um, Endure Flail, they get stab and all these things, these two moves, and they're faster than and have better stats than all the others. Slacking, if it didn't have Truant, it would be the best, but since it does, it's not the best. And Arbolivian, other ones have just lower stats in attack. So, um, the best reversaler though is probably Hawlucha. Let's go to the reversalers because when you look at a reversal Pokemon, you look at are they fighting type? Um, they have to have Endure. A lot of Pokemon do have Endure, but they have to have high attack and high speed. So you have, well, Hawlucha with Unburden naturally has really high speed, and it where is it? Oh, it has low attack though. Is the problem with it? It has low attack, but it has really high speed. So you could use Adamant with it, and it would have like 340 speed with a Psychic Seed, as I showed in the other video. And you already have the Psychic Terrain up, and if you Tera to to fighting, then they can't hit you with a priority move unless they change the terrain. So Hawlucha is probably the best for that reason. Plus, it's really fast. Now, the second best, there's other good reversalers too that could use a Salac Berry. I mean, all of these Pokemon would be somewhat decent. Almost all of these would be somewhat decent. Tauros could use it well to catch someone off guard. Even though if you're using Tauros, you're probably not using it like that. You're probably mostly using it to use Intimidate and to get attacks off. But you could use that to kind of throw them off guard and get them to second guess whether they should attack you or not. And what else? Don't use Primeape. Annihilate. Annihilate is decent with it. But again, I think after testing reversal and flail type stuff, the main thing you would want with it is Psychic Terrain, because the main counter is them using a priority move. The second most common counter is probably them getting the speed advantage somehow from Tailwind being faster than your Salac Berry, or sandstorm, or them poisoning you or burning you, causing you some sort of status condition like spore or thunder wave. So like paralysis. So those are the most common ways to beat this strategy, or just them not attacking you, you wasting a turn using Endure, or I mean that's probably, yeah, that's mostly it. Or they do attack you and they don't bring you to 1 HP. Like you use Endure and they don't bring you to 1 HP. I've had it though where coincidentally they brought me to like 5% HP and reversal was like 150 power. Um, but normally, unless you're like really low HP, it doesn't it doesn't really do that much damage. You have to be at almost zero. You have to be at almost 1 HP for it to do high damage, or like less than 10% for sure to do like pretty good damage. So you kind of need Endure with it. So thanks for watching. I hope this idea catches on because this could actually, I need to actually test this out with Zangoose. I would not even test it with Komala because it's outclassed by Zangoose. Unfortunately, I gotta put Komala in the bad tier or whatever letter you guys use, the Smogon guys use. I guess people in general just use S or um, other letters like A or B or whatever. I don't even personally know what those mean because I've never. I shouldn't say I don't respect those tiers, but I just use my own way of categorizing tiers. And for a top tier Pokemon, I normally would consider it a Pokemon that is consistently good by itself, doesn't rely on some sort of ally, and they can't normally passively easily counter it. Like I mean, there are some exceptions to that. Of course, certain Pokemon that are top tier, like Tyranitar or Torkoal, they can be somewhat mitigated by weather by them changing the weather, but but not so much to where I would say they're like not top tier. Um, So a Pokemon like Zangoose would probably be, if I had to guess, it is somewhat gimmicky. You can't always get this to work, especially in open team sheets. They know what you're trying to probably do. It would be a lot worse in open team sheets, but on Showdown, it would actually be really good. Not top tier, but like high tier or whatever you call it, like a step below top tier. I think it would really throw people off guard. But to make it the best it could be, you would want psychic terrain with it. You would want to control the weather to make sure they can't use sandstorm. I meant to say that too. To look at the reversal Pokemon, is there any reversal Pokemon that gets stab reversal and is immune to freaking sandstorm? Yeah, safety goggles wouldn't count because then you want to get the Salac berry. So Great Tusk is not allowed, but if it was, that would be the one of the best ones. Oh, Lucario might be one of the best ones because it doesn't take damage from sandstorm. Yeah, I think I did even use in years past use gimmicky stuff like Endure Reversal, Lucario. So, but for Flail, you don't have any good Flail Pokemon really besides Zangoose. I mean, the next best one is Komala, so you don't even have anything immune to Sandstorm. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this type of idea catches on. You would have a 200 power plus stab plus Tera Stall, which would be 200 times 2.25 would be like, I want to say like 450 power. Yeah, 450 power, which is really high with this much attack and good speed. So thanks for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe.